Breaking news from the world of Formula One: Liam Lawson's journey has taken an unexpected turn. Fresh off the Singapore Grand Prix, the Kiwi driver has secured a racing seat, but not just any seat. His sights are set far beyond the sister team. He has his eyes on the Red Bull throne. Could this mean a potential partnership with Verstappen in 2025? With his contractual ties officially cut loose, Lawson now stands at the crossroads of greatness. And as rumors swirl around Perez's possible early retirement, the stakes have never been higher. Will Lawson seize his moment and carve out a future among racing legends? Stay tuned as we dive into the drama and what lies ahead for this rising star. Lawson's arrival on the grid couldn't be more perfectly timed, especially with the spotlight now fixed on his every move in the upcoming 6 races. His first challenge will unfold in Austin, though it comes with a setback, a 10-place grid penalty due to a new engine. Yet the Kiwi driver is unfazed, seeing this as a golden opportunity to prove his mettle within the team that nurtured him to the pinnacle of racing. Reflecting on the journey so far, Lawson revealed how vital his role as a reserve driver has been. It hasn't been an easy ride, he admits, pointing out that last year's brief moments in the F1 spotlight were crucial for earning a seat now. Despite spending this season on the sidelines, he's absorbed invaluable lessons unique to Formula One. And while other racing categories might pale in comparison, it's this very intensity that fuels his drive for success. What really grabs the fans' attention is that Lawson's contract only extends to the last 6 races of 2024. It leaves a cloud of uncertainty about his future beyond this point, signaling that even the team itself isn't fully committed just yet. This opens up a Pandora's box of speculation. Is Perez the next to face the exit following Ricciardo's fall? Perez's recent performance hasn't exactly been stellar, and some wonder if he could have avoided this scrutiny had he not crashed out in Baku, losing valuable points and dropping to P8 in the Drivers' Championship. His struggles in Singapore, where he barely scraped a point by undercutting Colapinto, hardly paint the picture of a solid second driver for Red Bull. Lawson, on the other hand, is well aware that his 2025 contract hinges on the team's year-end evaluations. Red Bull will soon reassess their lineup, reshuffling the deck to find the best fit. It's a high-stakes game where only the best will secure their seat. Helmut Marko once said, "The cards will be reshuffled for 2025, hinting at the significant changes Red Bull may bring." After the disaster at Spa, the Austrian team decided to keep Perez on board for the rest of the season, but the future remains uncertain. Lawson, however, remains optimistic about his chances. "I'm thrilled to have this seat in Formula One," he shares, acknowledging the 6 remaining rounds as his ultimate challenge. Jumping into the fray at this point in the season isn't easy. He faces rivals who have already completed 3/4 of the year, and now he must compete on tracks he hasn't experienced. The pressure is immense, but Lawson is undeterred. "I need to prove my worth in Formula One, just as I did last year," he emphasizes. This is his moment to secure a future with the team that has supported his rise. Meanwhile, speculation about Ricciardo returning is seen as far-fetched. The Australian has openly expressed his intention to take a break from the sport. Interestingly, the Australian team made a bold move by appointing Isaac Hadjar as their reserve driver. The young Frenchman is currently battling for the F2 championship and shows immense potential if the team knows how to harness it. Meanwhile, Perez has hinted at an early retirement, citing the grueling 24-race calendar and his desire to spend more time with his family. This opens the door even wider for Lawson's potential promotion to the main Red Bull team. When discussing his future, Perez stated, "No one but myself decides my fate." Despite contemplating retirement over the last 6 months, he chose to continue, driven by the passion for racing. Yet, his long-term future remains uncertain as he confesses, "I can't see myself driving like Fernando at his age, though I admire him greatly." Perez's potential exit raises more questions about sponsorship. With major backers like Telmex and Telcel, owned by Carlos Slim, possibly stepping away, Red Bull might find it more complex to part ways with him than anticipated. It's worth remembering how quickly the narrative around Perez shifted. After Spa, talks of replacing him were rampant, but pressure from his financial backers made Red Bull reconsider. Suddenly, instead of ousting him, the focus shifted to adapting the car to suit his driving style better. This situation leaves one questioning: is Red Bull truly ready to let the 34-year-old go? Despite his struggles affecting the Constructors' Championship, Lawson's path forward is clear: stay close to Verstappen's pace and capitalize on any mistakes from the 3-time world champion. This was exactly where Perez stumbled, becoming the perceived weak link within Red Bull. Unlike Ricciardo, who was replaced after a dip in form, Perez has managed to hold his place, and the reason lies somewhere deep in Red Bull's camp politics. Maybe, just maybe, Lawson holds the key to finally tipping the scales. Racing Bulls have already made their intentions known by promoting Lawson within the team. Insiders suggest that the decision regarding Lawson's future was due by mid-September. The team's shareholders expressed their desire to move away from relying solely on a veteran and instead nurture young talent. If Lawson is promoted to the Red Bull team earlier than anticipated, perhaps as soon as 2025, the door would open for Hadjar to step up. His path into Formula One could become one of the smoothest should this scenario unfold. However, Formula One is not just a game of performance, it's also a battle of finances. Ricciardo's lengthy tenure wasn't solely due to his skills on the track. His ability to bring in sponsors and add marketing value played a role in securing his seat. With brands like Visa, Cash App, and Hugo Boss backing him, Lawson faces pressure, not only to perform but to draw in similar support through his own charisma and presence. His first true test came at one of the sport's most challenging circuits, Singapore. Scoring 2 points in his debut race there was a remarkable achievement, but as they say, one swallow does not make a summer. Lawson knows he needs consistency. Lawson's biggest competitor at the moment sits right next to him, Yuki Tsunoda. The goal for every Racing Bulls driver is to be promoted to Red Bull, Tsunoda aptly remarked, highlighting the intensity of this rivalry. However, Red Bull's attention seems less focused on Tsunoda, possibly because he entered the team through Honda rather than Red Bull's own development program. Interestingly, the relationship between Honda and Aston Martin has sparked rumors of Tsunoda potentially driving for the Silverstone-based squad. It's yet another layer of complexity in the ever-evolving landscape of Formula One. The upcoming 2025 season promises dramatic shifts, whether Red Bull retains its current lineup or opts for a major shakeup. The stakes for Lawson have never been higher. Will he push himself to the absolute limit to prove that he has what it takes to secure a permanent seat with Red Bull? The pressure to perform is immense, especially alongside a driver like Verstappen, whose own future is still up for discussion beyond 2026. With so many moving pieces on the Formula One chessboard, the focus is now on Lawson's ability to rise to the occasion. The final 6 races are not just about scoring points, they're about proving that he can thrive under the spotlight, compete at the highest level, and meet the expectations that come with being a part of the Red Bull racing legacy. This is more than just a trial run, it's his audition for a future that could cement his place among the sport's elite. But Perez's potential departure throws a complex twist into the mix. His close ties with major sponsors like Telmex and Telcel have always given Red Bull an added layer of financial security. If Perez steps down, Red Bull faces a double-edged sword. Would they risk losing these invaluable partnerships in favor of bringing fresh talent into the spotlight? Or can Lawson offer a combination of performance and marketability that could compensate for the financial vacuum left by Perez's exit? It's a gamble, and Red Bull knows that every move they make will be scrutinized by fans, analysts, and stakeholders alike. Moreover, the pressure on Lawson doesn't just come from within his own team. The racing world will be watching, critiquing every lap, every overtake, and every mistake. He'll have to showcase not just speed but consistency, strategy, and the ability to adapt in the face of relentless competition. The dynamic is further complicated by Verstappen's presence. Racing alongside a multi-time world champion means Lawson has to not only match but occasionally exceed the performance of his teammate, a task that has broken even the most seasoned drivers. Yet this could also be the very thing that pushes Lawson to greatness. Sometimes the fiercest competition fosters the most remarkable talent. If Lawson can handle the pressure, if he can deliver stunning drives that captivate fans and outperform expectations, he may just secure a seat that many dream of but few attain. And then there's the larger question looming in the background: Verstappen's future beyond 2026. Could this be the beginning of a new chapter for Red Bull Racing? If Lawson proves his worth, he might not just be filling a seat, he could become the face of the team's next era. So as the final races of 2024 unfold, every move Lawson makes will be pivotal. Can he conquer the pressures, both on and off the track, to establish himself as the future of Red Bull Racing? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. And make sure to click on the next video for more gripping F1 insights.